There's too much changes in the body of scientific knowledge, in techniques that are coming up. Technologies are changing so fast. Therefore, for the practice of medical lab science, it is important the practice recognize these changes and adapt it to their routine practices. And for the scientists, the challenge is to make sure they have this information. Therefore, continuous professional development becomes central.
The medical lab profession, it's a trailblazer in the health sector in Nigeria. When in 1995, the Federal Ministry of Health insisted that for practice, all health professionals must undergo an annual CPD for licensure. The medical lab science profession was the first in 1996 to embark on this.
Obviously, the essence of global need for CPD is improving the competence of the human resources for health, whether it is in the lab, as it is our case, or others.
Knowledge acquired through those options, conferences, workshops, training, and all that, were not as sufficient as expected because of the requirement to get approval, travels, and all that.
We know we need continuous improvement in our professional skills. And because of the nature of our work, we wouldn't have all the time to go out there to obtain the requisite knowledge.
The hallmark of the new policy really is the addition of the e-learning project, the component of it, and the fact that the component is even driven by a professional association.
The purpose was very clear. We needed lab scientists to be up to date in knowledge and skills. And the only way you could do that is to find a way of giving them this information regularly as the industry and technology changes.
It's a thing of pride to be one of the first people to be engaging in e-learning because e-learning is not been very popular in Nigeria. And AMLSN is one of the pioneers for e-learning for health professionals, and it's an honor to be part of such an achievement.
When some of us heard about the e-learning thing, we just knocked it off. But after hearing from a few who went through the program, we kept hearing, oh, it's a good one. So some of us decided to also give it a try. But I want to say that I was not disappointed at the end of the day. It is quite perfect, it's impactful, and it is good.
The supply chain management study really helped me. These are things I didn't learn when I was in school. And nobody taught me. But with that introductory part of it, it helped me to get into the practice easier. So it was good.
GCLP or Good Clinical Lab Practice is a thing that we never heard of before. Let me put it that way. If we have to, even though we are hearing about it, but we're really put to use. But with the coming of this program, we learn from it. Those basic things we learn from it, we begin to put them to use so that our quality of services we are rendering to our client begin to improve.
I have done the supply management chain and I benefited a lot because I just did it shortly and I was made the laboratory manager. I immediately put it to use in the way I organize the store and the way I use the reagents to avoid expiry, and I also even the way to forecast in order not to run short of reagents for the necessary tests.
For those of us that have taken the courses and those that have not taken, we realize that it has improved our quality of services to the clients.
Technology has taken over. Even with our little handsets, with ordinary megabyte, you can always go to the website and do it. So most times I face my work in the office, and after the work, when I go home, I go online using the gadgets, computers, and even the handsets, and browse and do the program online.
It's really improved my knowledge in the work because most of the times you don't have time. But with the help of that e-learning, I think I learned much.
Like some of us that are mothers, the more you leave your home, you leave the children uncared for, But you can do the e-learning while you keep an eye on your kids. So I like it and I encourage people to key in.
We were 100 years backward just a few years ago. So just to give you an idea. But today, as you interact with professionals, you discover that the perspective is different in terms of capacity. A lot of medical lab scientists today, very significant proportion of them, can stand out today to do much more than the bench work that they used to do before. Why? Because of capacity that they have adapted.
AMLSN's technical as well as organizational capacity has truly blossomed over the last 4 years. And now AMLSN truly can lead trainings on instructional design and on an e-learning platform. The growth in AMLSN's capacity technically to really leverage technology to its full potential and using Google business licenses, Skype, as well as a number of other free open source platforms such as WhatsApp, really show that AMLSN is meeting learners and other health professionals where they already are comfortable.
I've been able to interact with a lot of users on the help desk by developing social channels. We realized that a lot of people find it easier to work with apps. So we decided to create apps. We decided to create help desk on those popular apps like BBM and WhatsApp and Twitter. So we created a BBM channel where we put updates, and so if anything new is coming up in the e-learning, we send it out through that channel, and also through Facebook specifically, where we have an e-learning community that has grown to well over 12,000 members as I'm speaking right now. The web address for the e-learning, AMLSN e-learning website is www.moodle.amlsn.org.ng.
Right now that we have a platform online to be able to impact knowledge, just like people say when they say the sky is the limit, but for us, the sky is the starting point in this area because you can develop so many courses and host it online.
With e-learning, it is easier, to get the new technology, whatever is new, whatever is breaking, into easily. AMSN already has a capacity and a structure that such sister professions can buy in.
Honestly, I am appealing with passion and very emphatic that please encourage the Council, the Association of Medical Lab Scientists, the Council of Medical Laboratory Scientists to continue with this work. It's a very wonderful work.